What about you? Welcome back to another wee episode. Thank you for taking the time. You're here with me, Dave. Let's get on with the video. In the last little episode there, you watched me bowl up a koi, a chag that had sustained a knock in the outside pond, and you watched me do a topical treatment on the fish. I was never really convinced that the external knock was the reason that koi was sitting in the bottom of the pond sulking all the time, but I should have maybe took into consideration that when the koi had sustained that knock, that it may have also sustained a little internal injury maybe. I don't really know. I performed loads of scrapes on the koi, obviously to rule out any parasites, and well, they all come back clear. So the next step was to perform a topical treatment and get them out here into the grow-on pond, which I did. By the way though, if you weren't lucky enough to catch that last video, I'll pop a wee link to it up around the top somewhere and you can pop over and check it out. Obviously, don't check it out until you've watched all of this one. After observing the koi the last couple of days in the grow-on pond, I could see that he was actually coming up and getting food and swimming around a lot better in here. The swimming always looked a bit lethargic on the fish, but I sort of put that down to just being hungry and weak really against the other koi in the outside pond. What I have noticed over the last couple of days is he's been coming up and taking gulps of air at the surface of the water. Now I know that this pond in here has plenty of oxygen and none of the other fish are showing any signs of low oxygen. So after doing a bit of extensive reading on Paula Reynolds really, I think the fish might have damaged its swim bladder, and that's why he's been swimming a bit funny and coming up and taking the gulps of air as an attempt to try and reinflate it, put some air back into the swim bladder. From the reading I've been doing, I've confirmed that salt is a good help for the swim bladder. I plan to salt the grow-on pond up a bit anyway and take it to around 0.6. He has been out here swimming around and being able to get a bit more food, as I say, so I'm going to raise the salt out here 0.6 and leave it there for a couple of days. I've already cleaned the filters. I cleaned the filters out just before I put the salt tonic in, because by dumping the eazy pot a couple of times it would dilute the salt, and I want to keep it at my required level for a few days before I reduce it. I don't think it'll do the fish that are in here any harm, because they've not long come from Cuttlebrook Koi Farm and I know that they keep a level of salt in their small fish ponds. So these the salt level in here is already at 0.2 anyway, so there'll be no detriment to them. If you are going to salt your pond, I can't stress enough the importance of a salt meter, just so you can keep an eye on what you're doing. And if it is something that you're considering yourself, pop over to the Cuttlebrook website. They've got some fantastic calculators on there. Calculators where you can work out the volume of your pond and also the amount of salt required. I'll pop a link in the description to where you're gonna find those calculators, because they really are useful. So big shout out to Cuttlebrook Koi Farm for those. I'm going to keep you guys updated on the progress of this little dude in future videos. So if you haven't already, drop down and hit that subscribe button just below this video, the red one. And obviously hit the notification bell and you'll get notified of future updates, and we'll be able to keep an eye on his progress. Hopefully we'll be able to nurse him back to health. I have got my trusty scales here, so I'm going to start off by putting 5 kilos of salt in. And I'll let it run through for a bit. I may even leave that until tomorrow. I'll see where that brings us up to on the salt meter, and we'll go from there. Luckily enough for this water being at 23 degrees, the salt dissolves really quickly. That's it. Well, I've just been shouted for my tea, so I'll flick the air back on in here, I'll go and have my tea, and then I'll come out and do a test after that. Still swimming a bit funny, but definitely a lot more active than he was in the main pond, so fingers crossed. I couldn't do a video without taking you outside to have a look at the main pond, but looking out the window, it is absolutely pouring it down, so it's big coat time. Don't know if you can see, but it's awful. Can't believe this weather for May. So let's go anyway. So much for getting out and enjoying your pond these days, eh? Well, the rain doesn't seem to bother these guys. I think the pond's up to about 20 degrees now. And you can see everyone is hungry. Just set you down here in a stand and I'll go and get some food, eh? Just had a look there at the heater on the way past the land to you. 19 degrees, but clearly these guys are hungry. And that's it. It's going to be a bit of a short and sweet video this weekend because I'm having to prepare it early. I've got a 100-mile bike ride over at Andrew Daly's neck of the woods on Saturday. I'm hoping he's going to meet up with us some way around for a bit of a cycle, so I look forward to catching you there, Andy. This video will probably be launching while we're on the road. As you've seen there from the little video, I took the salt up to 5.5% in the garage, or not 5.5, Jesus, that would be brilliant, to 0.55 or 0.54, and I think I'll just leave it there for a couple of days and do the filters again, slowly reduce it and see if that can help us sort that wee fish out. Looking forward to getting a load of food down these guys this year. Lord knows we got the weather for it. But right. Alright then folks, that brings us to the end of this week's wee video. Thanks for watching as always. Sorry if it seems a bit thrown together. I was rushed. As I say, I'm not here this weekend, so I was trying to get it all sorted and done so I could set it away Saturday morning for you. We're pushing on there for 2,000 subscribers. Can't believe how close it actually is. Massive milestone. So I am gonna do a giveaway. I'll probably mention that in my next video. So if you want to be in with a chance of winning, you know, get subscribed, hit the notification bell, and you'll be notified when the video goes out for that giveaway. So yeah, take care guys, look after yourselves, and why not click a button on one of these little videos at the end. Take it easy folks.